In lesson 3, we are going to explore the problem that we will be facing in case we would like to insert more than one LED on the Arduino board. And since the ground pins are limited to 3 and I cannot manage the wiring easily, here I have to start thinking of implementing the breadboard, which is like a socket wire, in order to make many connections and to explore more items in terms of input and output devices like sensors, motors, pumps, LEDs, etc. To the Arduino board. So the first thing I have to do is to move the Arduino board on the stage, and before start working on this breadboard, you have to know how it is made. So as you can see, you have 4 different sections. You have the upper section and the lower section that are similar. The internal sections also are similar, and by placing the mouse on one of the holes, you can see that all the dots are connected with a green line to tell you that all those dots are connected horizontally. How to explain it in another way? It's very simple. If I click on the ground with a wire and connect it to the first dot or the first hole in the breadboard, you will see that all those holes are connected to the ground. So by this I will be solving my problem in order to add more than one LED at a time. For the internal sections, you can see that the holes are connected vertically. So keep in mind that the external sections, the upper and lower sections, are connected horizontally, as you can see, and the internal sections are connected vertically in columns. So now it's time to move the first LED, and I'll be placing it on the breadboard. I'll be placing a second LED and maybe a third LED. And from here, I can take one wire from the ground, from the breadboard, and link it to the column. And since we said that the columns are connected, the dots of the columns are connected vertically, so here you don't have any problem. By placing the wire on one of the dots, all the dots will be connected to ground. Another wire for the second LED, and a third wire for the third LED. Now it's time to connect from, let's say, digital pin 2 to the first LED, digital pin 5 to the second LED, and here I can move a little bit to make it a little bit clear for the students and for you, and pin 7 to the third LED. So here my circuit is done. The 3 LEDs are connected to the cathode to the ground, and the anode on digital pin 2, 5 and 7. So if I click on the code, I have to remove, let's say, all the blocks, and then I have to set the 3 the pin 2, 5 and 7. I will control the weight with 1 second, then I will duplicate all, and I will place the settings for the low. And by that, if I click on the start simulation, you will see that the 3 LEDs are blinking. So here you have to take a conclusion that there is no limit for your circuits later on once you integrate the breadboard in the correct way. Of course, you have a small warning message that we will be exploring later in lesson 4 to integrate a resistor in order to protect the LED. So I believe that here at this stage you can or you are able to create any circuit with LEDs. Depends from the scenario you want to do in order to make the 3 or 4 LEDs blinking together or in a different time. Thank you for watching this third tutorial, and I'll give you very soon an appointment for my lesson 4.